Thanks for watching that video while we were getting set up. That was my breakfast from earlier. No, it was a slow motion test of my GH5 camera with bacon and eggs. Luis, how are you today?
Good, man. Thanks for having us. A beautiful studio, man. I like it.
Thanks, dude. How's your Sunday going?
Good. Went to a little party last night where they decided to cook pizzas in the middle of July.
Oh, yeah?
And have the oven on all night. You guys know who you are. So that's really not... High temperature locations aren't really my thing. I already run hot, so I try to stay away from that.
Well, is it too hot right now? Just
No,
here,
you're
man.
good. You're good.
Pump up the AC. We've also got Sofia coming in.
All right.
I think I can hear her.
Right now. Hi.
Hey.
Are we streaming?
We are live, Sofia. Everybody welcome
hello.
Sofia Carrillo.
Hello. Thank you. Live studio audience.
Nice to meet you. Oh, we've all got beers. Let's cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Awesome Sunday.
Streaming Sundays.
Salud.
Yeah.
Salud.
I like this. It's very relaxed.
Yeah, the whole concept is just a unscripted talk show. People come in and chill, bring beers. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I've got some mezcal too if you guys want later.
Oh my God.
See how it goes. my aunt gifted me this bottle of mezcal from Mazatlan, Guerrero.
Oh my
Mezcal
God.
con Damiana. But I
see
think it's a
that?
little too early in the day to
Yeah.
hit that up, but
it's
you never know.
3
You never
o'clock
know on
somewhere.
streaming Sundays.
3 o'clock somewhere.
3 o'clock.
That's like infused.
Well, let's say that for a special occasion.
Yeah, there you go.
So everybody, Luis is a local filmmaker, and Sofia is a local actress, right?
Yeah.
Luis, where are you from? Are you from San Diego?
Originally, I'm from Colombia,
Oh, yeah?
and
sweet.
but spent most of my youth in New York.
Oh, cool. I got to go to
So-
Colombia to do a pilot for a TV show in 2012.
Okay.
So it was nice. We went to all over Medellin, Cartagena, of course. What's the capital of salsa down there?
Cali or
Cali,
Bucaramanga, Cartagena,
Cali.
everything. Bogota.
Yeah, in Bogota. Yeah.
No, I'm from Medellin originally. I was talking to somebody yesterday because they were talking about the show Narcos.
Oh yeah.
And they were asking about the legitimacy of it, and it's pretty legitimate because during that whole time I was a kid living in there, so it was interesting to kind of see that from a Hollywood perspective, how they chose to kind of show that.
Really? Did you grow up when Pablo Escobar was around?
Yeah, that
wow.
was part of my everyday life when the bombs were going off and all that crazy stuff was happening, and
Oh shit.
people were getting killed all the time. It was like a real crazy time to live down there, but
I love Medellin, and actually when we were there, we got to tour Pablo Escobar's house.
Yeah.
His brother has a tour now.
yeah, they turned his with the airplane over it and the whole thing and the
Yeah.
zoo, and it's like yeah, he was making just like $100 million a day. It was just a crazy.
That's typical U.S. CEO wages, man. How about you, Sofia?
I'm from San Diego.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
kind of born and bred. Yeah.
Nice.
I also grew up. I want to say from 0 to 10 years old. I lived in Tijuana, and then until my family moved up here. So.
And are you a full-time actress or?
Oh no. I kind of so acting is right now more of a side gig type of thing because it doesn't pay the bills exactly. Yeah, so I have day jobs,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
but acting is my passion, obviously. So
Awesome. And you were in a couple films with Luis, right?
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet up?
wow, stroke of luck.
We met actually during a 48. She needed a team, and usually even though love-hate relationship with
The
kind
48
of
thing?
film competitions.
Yeah.
you
Oh
know?
yeah. I've been involved in that too.
I think that how I can accept it is as a sort of a team building kind of situation. So, for example, her, Dominic, a few other people that I hadn't worked with, they jumped on a team 2 or 3 years ago, I think, and we made a film, and they did a great job, and then from that we kind of kept hanging out, working together, and when I wrote my film Slapworthy, it was with her and another actress in mind, because of the fact that I had worked with them on a shorter film. So it allows me to meet people and see how they work under pressure, and then say these are people that I want to work with more. And after we did that, it was like, okay, let's make a little short film, and it was supposed to be like 5 pages.
It was supposed to be actually for my reel.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they were
supposed
like,
to
let me help you out. You're a
yeah.
new actress. I'll write something and then we'll put that in your reel. And
For my reel too, because I was supposed to act in it first.
Yeah, we were both supposed to act in it, and it was supposed to be just like a quick reel, just like a little scene. And it turned into, he calls me, he's like, hey, so it's now like a short film. Like, are you cool with that? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then later he calls me and he says, no, it's now like a long feature. You're gonna have to audition for it. He made me audition.
Oh,
for it.
really?
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Wait,
Okay,
which one was
that's
that?
good.
Well, Slapworthy, but
Slapworthy.
but it just every time I rewrote it,
It got
I
longer
kept
and
finding
longer.
more things that I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
I think I saw the trailer for that. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I played, and then it went from 3 pages to 5 to 11, and then finally it ended up like at 57.
57.
So it's a
Yeah.
short feature,
Oh,
and that's the
wow.
one that was
That's in Latino Film Festival?
Latino Film Festival.
Right. That's where we met earlier this year at the media kickoff party for Latino Film Festival. So thanks, Ethan and everybody, for putting that on.
They're beasts, and
It's
the
tough to
people-
get in there.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
tried several times. Yet to get in there, but hey.
We called our shot.
Keep trying.
We covered it because I have a podcast too. So we covered it for the podcast the year before, and we said we're getting a movie in here next year. And they're like, it's hard and this and that. And well, actually, my sister said we're gonna get in next year, and we did.
Yeah.
So
Very nice.
very appreciative of Ethan and his team over there. They're the curators of that festival go above and beyond. You find a lot of film festivals where they don't really watch your whole film, or they'll watch the first 5 minutes and then decide whether they'll watch the whole thing. So they take the time and they put a lot of love in, and they watch everything, and they really curate a good festival. So much props to Moises and Ethan and all the guys over there.
Yeah, they're all great guys. And did you guys get anything, an award or anything? Or?
No, we were robbed by Ruta Madre.
Oh,
Which was a monster of a film this year there,
Wow.
and it was captivating. It was an incredible film, so I'm not mad. But
Good on. Well, did you bring something from Slapworthy?
we have the trailer. If you
Okay.
guys remember the...
Let's check that out. Let me cue it up.
Oh, go ahead.
You want to just set it up for us? while I
Yeah, if
cue
you
it up?
guys remember during the 90s, God, date myself. But Calvin Klein used to do these very kind of artsy, avant-garde commercials for like CK1 or CKB and other fragrances. And when I originally came up with the concept of Slapworthy, I said, why don't we turn Slapworthy into like, make it seem like it's a fragrance? And and this is...
Parody.
And so we did kind of in the studio with my friend Ty Mabry's help at the Bang Zoom Pow Studios close by here. Well, we did a cool little, I want to say spoof of it.
Is that what this one's called? CK Spoof?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Everybody, let's check it out.
Are you dangerous?
Are you
Are you
real?
strong?
Are you a
Are
copy?
you original?
Genuine?
Are you funny? Are you silent? Are you brave? Vous avez du chien? Vous méritez une claque?
Are you thirsty?
Vous êtes français? Vous êtes
Are you
sexy?
Slapworthy?
Are you innocent? Are you slapworthy?
Are you thirsty? How is that?
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Which is, yeah.
Thanks for showing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are your plans for the movie now? It's still doing the festival
It's
circuit?
still doing the festival circuit. I hampered a little bit by not having a lot of funds to be able to get it into as many festivals as I want, which is I think what every filmmaker struggles with. So you try to kind of find the niche that really fits the film. So anything that's romantic comedy, Latin comedy. We got into the film festival as a romantic comedy because I'm a Latin filmmaker, although it's not really, I didn't really want to make it like a Latino film.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make it a viable romantic comedy with a Latina lead actress in the role of the, the girl that takes her glasses off and is suddenly
Yeah.
hot,
Yeah. Hair down, glasses on.
So, and it's from a real idea that I had when I used to work because there was this girl at my job, and I said, I told a friend of mine, I said, if I can get to talk to her, if I go outside when she's smoking a cigarette and I have another one of my attractive friends just walk up and slap me, that's going to get that thought in her head. What did that guy do to make that girl so crazy? And that's the entire concept of the movie is basically, what would you do, or what part would you play to try to impress the girl of your dreams?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then, how did you shoot it? What did you shoot it on?
We shot this on, I believe, a GH4.
Oh, cool.
Oscar Velasquez, and I still have, he's, one of my longtime friends and collaborators. He shot a feature we did a few years ago called Blacklisted. He shot that on a GH2 that I actually have in my book bag.
Oh.
And then he's since moved on to a Red. But I believe, we shot it on a GH4. We shot it in about 12 days for about $5,000.
Okay, not bad.
So
almost an hour-long movie for $5,000. Hey?
yeah, pretty much.
Good job.
No, that doesn't count all the free work that people
The
put
favors,
in.
yeah.
The if we really go by people's worth and the time that they put in, it's 15-20 grand with the amount of post production work and stuff that we had.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, do you do your own post-production or?
I do my own editing in terms of story editing, but my friend Ty Mabry did all the post production, the color correction, and the movie has a lot of social media and visual elements. In one of the films that I brought, you can see some of it. So he did a lot of work, creating sort of a secondary part of the story that's this, we call them the two thirsty sequences. One's for guys, one's for girls. And it's about, the thirst of people online and how, really dating has changed
Oh yeah.
so much in
all
like the
app
last
dating.
7 to 10 years, So I rely on people that are much better at those things than I am.
Cool.
Because, I don't want
And
to.
Ty is
Don't
so
wanna-
talented.
Yeah. And Ty and Bang Zoom
Ty,
Pao, he's
yeah.
a beast.
Amazing.
Let's
Love
hear more
it.
from you, Sophia. Tell us, how did you get started into acting?
And acting. Well, it's actually right over here, San Diego City College. I did
Oh, yeah.
some acting classes there, and then I kind of fell in love with it. It was always something I wanted to do, but I never really got my in. I didn't know how. I didn't know anything about the industry or anything about locally San Diego filmmaking and anything. So I kind of started doing that. Then an opportunity came where my family owns a restaurant, La Original Casa del Taco. It's in National City, Sweetwater Road, you guys.
Yeah, plug
Great
it up.
food. Yeah, I had to plug it. No, but someone came in, Jaron Hall, and he asked if he could use the restaurant as a set. And then my dad kind of put me on and was like, hey, I have this daughter, and she likes acting, blah, blah, blah. And so he kind of, him and Jaron agreed that I would be an extra in one of his works. Went to that. It was just I don't even remember the project. It was so long ago, but I was an extra there, and which is where I met my manager on that set. And then a week after I met her, signed with her, she was like, I have this local director named Luis Martinez, and you need to get on the 48, and he'll take you on the team. And that's when I met Luis.
So there's the argument about who discovered who.
Who discovered?
So Jaron tries to take credit for discovering Sophia.
Yeah, there was competition.
And then I rightfully take credit for launching her career by putting her in Slapworthy. So
I mean, yeah, he did
There
give
you
me
go.
the
You never
leading
know who you're
role.
gonna meet.
Yeah,
and what it's
exactly.
gonna lead to. That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about this industry. I
Yeah,
think.
just
it was a domino effect of things, and Jaron led me to Luis, but I want to say Luis did give me the opportunity to actually show what I got. And so,
And which 48 was that?
oh, the very
2015?
first one, because I think we did 4. This year was our last.
This
one.
is my fifth. This was, I think, my
Yeah.
my second time I did it. So about 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay, so 2013.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you guys have been working together for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a while.
Well, Slapworthy took a year to shoot and another year and a half in post production.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I always
He said it
use
was
a lot more.
16 days or something, but those days were
They were spread out.
They were
spread out,
super
yeah.
spread out over
It was-
the course of a year, I want to say.
Scheduling is the toughest part of indie filmmaking. When you're scheduling people that you're not paying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you get 8 out of the 10 people that you absolutely need for a scene, and then 2 of them will be like, oh no, I can't, I'm on vacation, or I'm booked to work, or this and that.
Or
So
just late cancellations.
or late cancellation.
Yeah, some people got replaced.
Yeah, I had to make
Really?
casting changes on the spot because people didn't show up. Be surprised the amount of car trouble and dead family members that occur, right on shoot dates.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's happened to me too. But what
That's
can you
what-
do? You just have to say, oh,
You
okay,
you have an understudy, and you let them know, hey, you're invited to set. I'm going to find a line for you. I'm going to find something for you to do. But if this person flakes, you're going to get thrust into the position, and that's happened for major parts in a lot of movies that I filmed.
Yeah.
Now, how did you deal with the just the continuity of everybody looking the same through such a long period of time?
We didn't.
No.
I think you can see like I think Dominic gained like 40 pounds and no, I'm just kidding. Hey, that was me. No, I respect continuity to a point, but at some point at this level of filmmaking, I just realized that it's not going to be perfect.
In other words, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not the
I mean, you
worst.
just got to do it sometimes,
Yeah.
right? You have this
Yeah.
idea in your head, and it's just like
Yeah.
seething in there. You just got to get it out one
You-
way or the
you
other.
have
right?
to.
I didn't think it was a big problem though. I thought we kind of all stayed looking the same over that year.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, you know, it's more like within a scene sometimes continuity. You have to like, yeah.
Oh, if you
Let's-
shoot
yeah.
part of a scene 1 month and then another
then
part of a scene the
another
other
one,
month, yeah, that could be tricky.
Oh,
Or,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, the last scene where we had to change parks. We started in
Oh,
Balboa.
yeah,
got kicked out of
Balboa Park.
We had to change it to another park.
Really? Tell me about that. How did you get kicked out?
Well, there's this place in Balboa Park where we've always used to shoot because it's always pretty empty. We didn't realize that it was always pretty empty because it was on a Saturday or a Sunday. So when we finally were able to schedule everybody, we came in and scheduled everybody to shoot on a Friday, but the offices in front of the part of the park were still open. So after we shot for about 45 minutes, these people came out and were like, you got to get the hell out of here or go get a permit. And so we tried to guerrilla it for like as long as we could, but eventually we didn't get enough of a certain part of the dialogue that had to cut out. And then we went to another secondary location in Chula Vista. So we went from San Diego to Chula Vista and tried to shoot the rest of it there.
Oh, so part of the scene was shot in Balboa Park, and you had to finish it.
Yeah.
in
So
Chula Park.
we start off walking in this very nice, very classic, beautiful,
yeah.
and then we end up in this like little
Oh, yeah.
rinky-dinky
If
small.
you're local, you'll like
Trying to
definitely
do
notice
like
the difference.
close-ups, just kind of mask.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually.
ended up
Too
just
close.
kind of chopping about a page and a half of dialogue that was supposed to happen while they were walking through the park, and just said, you know, whatever. Out of here.
Well, let's play another clip. What
Okay.
else do you have lined up for us? What's your clip?
You want to play the diversity in film clip? That's pretty short. You wanna do
Let's
that
check
one?
it out here. Diversity in film.
You can see me almost cry.
Are you?
Thank you. Thank you. You know, now more than ever, it's essential for the San Diego film community to embrace and celebrate diversity. It enriches our films, providing a deeper look at the understanding of the cultures around the world. And it's important for us to focus on the groups of people so they can share their stories. This award goes to a director, producer, and writer who has demonstrated excellence in this category. He is advancing and supporting the industry in our city to always be advocating for diversity on and off screen. Please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Luis Martinez.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. 2 AM Burrito in the house. Thank you, Jody, the Film Consortium. Thank you to all the actors and people that give their time and effort to work with me on projects, often for little pay. Diversity is rough. Even for somebody like me, a kid from Colombia that grew up in Queens, went to take acting classes in the West Village, surrounded by diversity. It's often hard to get away from the stereotypes that you're shown over and over in films, who should be your leading man, what your plot and your story should be. It's all about looking at yourself and seeing where you have privilege over somebody else. Everybody has somebody that wishes they are where you are. So it's a little bit about being humble and thinking about your place and just trying to get a crew and a cast of people that tell diverse stories. And I'm glad that I have people here that allow me to do that. And we're going to keep doing that. We have an incredible, diverse team, all walks of life, men, women, all diversity. And just take a look at your stories and do something, and take a look at every character you put out there and say, does this character have to be a white male? Why can't I take a look at something from a different perspective? And thank you.
Okay, and we're back, man. Congratulations for winning
Thank
that
you.
award, man. Sweet. Tell me a little bit more about that experience.
It was surprising to. I guess I have a kind of, I don't want to say love-hate, but a mixed relationship with like the local film scene.
Oh, really?
I just kind of feel a little bit as kind of more of an outsider to it. My main issue is that I think that people locally, kiss each other's ass a little bit too more. They're a little bit too.
Right on, dude. I feel the same way. No offense to anybody out there, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. It's a little cliquey.
Yeah,
It doesn't need
definitely.
to be. I mean, it's just San Diego. It's not LA.
I think
Yeah,
that
right?
the familiarity and the friendliness breeds a lack of accountability and a lower quality of project. I'm never
hiring your buddies.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that. It's just everybody kind of has. It breeds unprofessionalism because they're like, oh, we're a tight knit San Diego film community, and we're all gonna do this together. But it's like you put something out, or and then everybody's like, oh my God, that was great, that was excellent, when it was really more just derivative and horrible, And I don't believe in giving people that sort of feedback. People send me scripts. Videos, can you tell me what you thought of me in this? Can you tell me what you think of this? Can you give me some notes on this? And I make sure that they know that I'm not judging you against other San Diego films. I'm judging you against films in general. Like I say, I'm not an up and coming filmmaker where you can say, hey, they're new and stuff like that. I get judged next to every other filmmaker in the universe.
Right. Yeah.
And I want to compete with them. So when people put stuff out and everybody just falls over themselves, I'm like, oh my God, this was so great, and I watch it, and
it's like,
so for me, I keeps it too real for the local San Diego community. I'm just kidding. So I've always sort of been more like, behind here, kind of doing our thing, and I never really got a lot of acclaim or because our and I didn't want any because our production value was here when I started, and now it's steady gotten better. So to be recognized for something that is not a huge deal to me helps me because I think that it's at least somebody saw that we're not, that we're trying, or that's something that's not like, oh, let's be diverse, and it's like, no, that's native to
Innately,
me.
Yeah,
It's native to me to just be there and have a lot of different walks of life and keep open ethnicity for all parts that we create, and say, okay, wait, actress A was good, but actress B was much better, so we're going to change this because we want that. And so it really, like you could say, I mean, almost, even though I wanted to be a cynic and be like, screw you guys, and I was like, I couldn't allow myself to be that cynical. So I was very humbled that they would take their time out and say, we haven't necessarily embraced you, but we do recognize your work. So I, at that point, I couldn't be like asshole Lou and just kind of be like, I was like, okay, you know what?
I'm not even gonna show
You know what I'm saying? You know what? I may not always agree 100% with how things are done or how things are run or with how people treat each other or how they act, but I'm very humbled that I was, chosen for that, and then I think that, it's good for our brand, it's good for me, and if I can lead by example in that area, then I'm happy to do it.
Well, I appreciate your integrity, and
Yeah.
it's not like you went out there looking for the diversity award. You're just you're just doing your art, and it just happened to come.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I wasn't nominated. It was awarded.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't go up for the. Yeah, it was. So I'm glad that this year it was us, and I share that with Oscar, with Ty, with Sophia, with Dominic, with C.G. Thomas, with Shelley Rowe, with all these people that have been working with us for a long time, and that make us a very diverse. 2 AM Burrito is a diverse group of people. I call them the 2 AM players and people that work with me. But
Now, where did that name come from?
it's a time and a place. A friend of ours would always make fun of us because we'd go out and we'd go play poker, or we'd go to a club or to the casino or somewhere, and hey, it's we're on our way home, it's 2 a.m., let's stop and get a burrito. Or we had a rule that whoever won at poker would have to pay for the burritos. And so my friend Anthony always used to make fun of us and say, hey, Lou, it's 2 a.m., the taco shop is worried you haven't showed up. So we just kind of I'm from the East Coast. My other friend's from East Coast, Brian Higginbotham, my writing partner. And if you're in LA at 2 in the morning, when you get out, you go get hot dogs or something. If you're in TJ, you go get hot tacos wrapped in bacon. If you're in New York, you get a slice of pizza. If you're in the South, you go to a Waffle House. San Diego, you go get a burrito. So it's a uniquely San Diego.
And some of the best burritos in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm actually going to be tasting burritos. I know you had Jordan on.
Oh, yeah. Did you sign up for his thing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna be. Well,
sounds like fun.
It's 2 a.m. burrito. They're doing a thing about burrito testing. It was like kismet. It was like, hey, it fits.
Very cool.
So like a burrito at 2 a.m.
Yeah, his thing's almost over. I need to sign up for that. I would love to be a burrito taste tester. Maybe I could talk him into it.
Yeah.
For a little contribution.
Yeah. Hey. If you
greases all the moves, right?
I want to give them some money. I will. I was actually talking to them last night, and we, as much as I have that contradiction where I think we kiss each other's ass a little bit too much locally and stuff like that. I truly want anybody that's doing something locally to do as well as possible. Oh, yeah. So that's why if somebody asks me for my advice, is this corny? Is this funny? Is this not funny? I always want to give them brutal honesty because I want them to do as good as possible. I want San Diego to be recognized for the talent it has. There's a lot of people here. We're not necessarily working together. We're all kind of working in our own little teams, but I want the talent to rise.
Yeah, I think there's a sense of tribalism of like we're all in this together. We're all from San Diego, and so whenever you see someone have some sort of success, you always kind of root for them because.
Do you guys feel like we're kind of living in the shadow of LA down here?
A little.
LA's stepson.
I don't think San Diego wants to be LA. I don't think anybody wants traffic.
No.
I don't think it's that. I think if
like the access to good gigs,
right.
I
think
think
you just have to travel to LA.
There's people that can master that. I mean, I know people that make that drive 3 or 4 times a week for audition because they're dedicated to it. And if you really think about it, if somebody was like, "Hey Lou, we want you to come and have a talk with the HBO guys,"
well, yeah,
they're not going to say it's in 20 minutes. They're going to say it's in 4 hours or it's tomorrow, and it's going to take me the same amount of time to drive from San Diego to the meeting there than it would be if I was going from West Covina to Third Street Promenade or something there's.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's not like if you don't make that an excuse. I know a lot of working LA actors that live in San Diego, Del Mar area, whatever. So if you really want to do it, then do it. You have to be able to do it. Or if you think you have to be there, then be there. Move. Don't be woe is me. I'm in San Diego, and San Diego's never going to be LA. If you're an actor, you're gonna make money off of commercials and an occasional film. But the student films and indie films and low budget stuff here is not going to pay you more than $50 to $100 a day.
If that.
If that.
Or a burrito.
Yeah, that's the one thing I always do is I want to make sure that we spend the money in making sure that everybody's comfortable and get them good food at least. Respect people's time.
Sophia, what do you look for as an actress when you're picking a role or people to work with?
I think that's a good question. For me, what attracts me most to a role is mainly the substance of the character. I feel like there's a lot of characters that I've been offered that are very two-dimensional or one-dimensional. What is that? Yeah, but so I also can't be choosy. I don't get a million offers and I'm like, oh, that one is horrible. Let me get the other one. No, but I do think that having a character that has some depth to them is rare. And so also the team, like you said, the team is very important. There are some people that I have never worked with that I would love to work with, and then there's some people that I've worked with and have loved it and would totally if they gave me a script, I would just be like, yeah, let's do it. I don't even need to read it. It's good. So Lou being one of those people, I just trust his judgment fully. But yeah, I would say that I tend to just I want my acting just I love a character that has meat to it, basically, if that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah, no, it does make sense. And I saw the clip that he sent me last night of what's it called? Insecurity?
Insecurity?
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
Yeah, thank you.
Should we show
Can we show a little bit of that?
Yeah.
Let's see Sophia acting. Yeah.
Action.
Okay, cool. Let me cue it up, guys.
Go ahead.
It's called
Sofia Dominic's, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Dominic. Here we go, Sophia.
I'll do that character.
All right, here we go, Sophia. Think about it. We go someplace nice. Yeah. None of that Groupon shit. And then back to my place to make sweet love by the fire.
Hold up, I need to snap this.
And at that point, you will probably become real emotional and cry. But then I will be there to comfort you until the sun comes up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Kelly, the snapping Latina. And this is Pablo with yet another lame attempt to pick me up. You were saying...
I never gave you any consent to be on your video.
Here's an updated list of things I would rather do than date you. I would rather use a pine cone as a tampon. I would rather chug grain alcohol through my butthole. I would rather drink an entire bottle of NyQuil unsupervised at Bill Cosby's house.
Yeah, never mind.
In other words, bye, Pablo. Hashtag Kelly the snapping Latina.
Jesus. That sounded more brutal than usual.
Yeah, well, the Grand Canyon wasn't created overnight.
No, it was 17 million years, actually.
I don't remember asking a goddamn thing.
Actually, hey, I have a question.
Fortunately, I'm on the clock, so...
Hey, when I'm on my neighbor's Wi-Fi, is there any way for them to tell what I'm downloading?
Normally there is a log, but the fact that your neighbor doesn't have a secure connection means that they're as dumb as you are, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Came to be
That
with
was awesome.
Yeah, came over.
Good job.
Thank you.
I love that little thing you do.
Yeah, that
Gina the snapping Latina.
Gina the snapping Latina.
Do it for us. Do it for us.
I
real
didn't
quick.
notice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Eyebrow thing. Yeah, no, that character I feel like I I fell in love with it just because I don't get to do a lot of comedy. I feel like look at me, I'm very Mexican, and so it's one of those things where like novela, just like very dramatic characters are like come naturally. So when we did Slapworthy, I was the more like novela-esque, very. I was crying the entire movie. Spoiler, guys. But yeah, it was very dramatic, and so to go out of that and then to go into the snapping Latina, which is like very just like heightened, like she's comedy and
She's a character.
she's a character. Yeah, she's
but
a character.
I think that when Stephen Michael and the people from Red Lion brought that to me. I wanted to, as you can say, they had this kind of basic, and I was like, well, let me add my touch to it, and then obviously Dominic and Sofia and of other people that I always work with, I was like, let's put them in these parts.
Mm-hmm.
And
So now let's back up. Insecurity, right?
Right.
Is that your project? Did you write that, or did somebody come up with that?
Stephen created the show, kind of an idea of these two warring security companies, and I loved it when I first. And he's like, first of all, I want you to act in it, as you saw, and secondly, he's like, I want you to help me produce it. They had a budget. They had always worked with me. So, like I said, I'm very cognizant of when people spend time working on my projects, and I always try to reciprocate and help them out when they need it.
Right, you were telling me that you met one of those actors in the 48.
Yeah,
right?
48. So when they brought it to me, it was it needed some help. So I kind of, I helped them. I rewrote it a couple of times, and then we finally ended up on a version that we both liked. And we combined them to the point where now I don't remember whether that's a joke he wrote or a joke I wrote. I just know that it's part of what we ended up with.
Gotcha.
And it's a pilot episode for a show that we hope to pitch and later this fall. And we want to release it this summer for everybody to do it, and it's almost ready, so I'm excited about it.
Sweet, and I think we have another clip from it, right?
Yeah.
Let's play another clip from Insecurity here.
This is me acting with Randy G. Dam Davison.
So tell me, funny man, why isn't your flag up yet? You know it's almost 9 o'clock?
We have a flag? That's kind of legit.
So do you have any idea why I'm even here? You want to know why?
I really know.
Well, I'll tell you why. This morning, some underachieving shitbag decided to defile the sanctity of my front porch. He used my front porch as a toilet.
Sounds about right.
You know what? It was one of your shitbag underachievers.
How would you possibly know that?
I have security footage. I got a garage cam.
Oh, man, this could be anybody. You got a mystery pooper on your hand. Don't come blaming it on us.
It won't be a mystery once I get my lab results back.
Lab results? You're going to go full shitgate on this?
Oh, yeah. And once I get my results and I prove it, I'm going to go to the cops. And then I'm going to go to the FBI.
You mean more like IBS, am I right?
You know, if you weren't always joking around all the time, you might actually make something of this place. I'm gonna need a swap from everyone. Everybody that's working and everybody that's off duty.
All right, Frank, let me tell you a couple of 3 things. Number 1, fuck you. Number 2, if you want anything from any one of my guys, you're gonna get a court order first. And until you get that court order, the only thing you're gonna collect is your SSI payment, you old ass motherfucker.
Fuck you. I'm gonna get a court order. And that's not the only thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut this shithole place down for good. And then I'm gonna have your shitbag underachieving mystery pooper arrested and thrown in jail.
Wait a minute. Is that? Do you have that shit in that cooler right there?
You goddamn right it is.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, Frank. Put that shit away. I thought that was just your normal day-to-day stink. I didn't know you brought shit to a fucking meeting.
Well, I was on the way to the lab after I leave here. Drop it off.
You do realize that you cannot get DNA from a stool sample.
More bullshit from the bullshitter. I'll be back. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
Hey, Frank, why don't you leave the dookie at home next time?
Fuck you.
Did a great job. That was really funny.
Thank you.
Guys, that was a sneak preview of his upcoming web show, Insecurity. So you guys got a sneak peek at something right here on Streaming Sundays.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's called, for your actors out there, that's called chops. What you saw right there was me demonstrating what chops are called.
Yeah.
So don't,
Was that your first time acting?
No, I started off acting. When I was in high school, I did like my high school musicals and high school plays and stuff like that.
Okay. You seem pretty natural
thrust into it that way, but I like it. I don't like to be the director that says, do it like this, but sometimes you have to be, and I
Were you directing and acting in this?
Yeah.
Is that tough? How did you handle the directing and the acting in these scenes?
I mean, directing myself, I guess, is difficult. I kind of had a couple of people there that I trusted to kind of give me some feedback. Director of photography, Paul Jarrett, who I work with a lot too.
Oh yeah, Paul. I work with him. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's a beast, and we work really well together.
Did you shoot that on his Red?
No, he didn't want to bring the Red out to play for that. But it looks incredible on the DSLR. It looks really good. It looks crisp.
Was that a GH4 too?
No, I think he uses a Canon.
Okay.
But the images we got were really, really good. It looks really, and then you were going for that kind of full frame, kind of Cohen's look, a very, immersive. So I relied on him for feedback on how I was doing, and Randy was there to kind of work with me. I was kind of a little scared to go in the ring against somebody that has so many credits and that is so well known, especially locally, but we work well off each other, and that was fun.
Randy's a beast.
Davison's a beast. Paul's a beast. Dan Thale did the sound, and everybody that was there was really helping me out a lot.
So that one was like a 20-minute long cut, right?
Yeah, we're going for like sitcom length for 22 minutes. We don't really want to make it a web series. We want to try to pitch it to, I think it's more like HBO kind of Showtime show because of the language and stuff like that. And we even toned down some of the jokes.
It's a novel idea,
yeah. But we'll put out the first episode out there for free this summer for people to watch it, and then we'll try to pitch it to as many places as we can. And if not, we'll try to raise money and just keep making more episodes, and then we'll do it like a web-based series.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a budget. Everybody except the actors got paid.
She got burritos.
Yeah, everybody else got bomb ass craft services.
So that leads me to my next question. What's the future for you as a filmmaker? What do you see yourself doing in next year and in 5 years? What's your ultimate goal?
Well, I started off a long time ago in film school and dropped out because I realized that I was learning a very old way of making films. I was learning about film, actual film. Yeah. And I could see that
theoretical.
Yeah, all that's and I love that part of it, but I didn't think that I felt like I was learning surgery with sticks and stones. Mm-hmm. I felt like I wasn't learning, so I dropped out and then retaught myself when this technology became so easy to do. So we're in a place right now where if you have access to technology and hardware, you can make something that's on par with a major movie studio if you really know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to continue to improve the production value of what we make. I have 2 features and about 15 shorts. So I think, other than a couple of things that I'm still finishing up, we're done with short films, and everything that we're doing moving forward is going to be either a feature or, in rare cases, is like a sitcom pilot.
Now that's a question I've always had. What's the point of making a short film? It's not just me, but a lot of people
Right.
have that. Is it just to practice, or is it to, make something that could be a feature, like a,
If you went to film school, I don't necessarily think that you need to make as many shorts because you make your shitty films in film school. If you don't go to film school, then you may need to make 3 to 5 crappy projects. Not crappy that there won't be some, but if you look at the first 5 films that I made, the production value is way low. I was my own everything. I was my own lighting person, sound person, everything. So I think you make you're going to make mistakes those first few projects anyway. Very few people can make Pi or can make an incredible film the first time out. Not everybody gets to make Reservoir Dogs the first. Not everybody makes their first film and it's incredible. It's very few people do. So,
and if they do, they probably have like some
and,
budget behind them.
and there's some short films that they made that you don't know about, and they probably have a bigger budget. Yeah, Kevin Smith went broke making Clerks, but not a lot of people can do that. So I do think that whether it's working on other people's films, making a couple of films yourself, crashing and burning, you do need to make that. But I think at some point you need to owe it to yourself to give it a shot and to work on bigger projects. Now, I know that what's next for me is a feature that my writing partner Brian wrote that's been kind of next for a while, but all these other projects got in the way. And I want to make my first feature in Spanish.
What are they? That's a good place to do it, I suppose.
Yeah,
right on the border.
because I have family in Colombia, I have family in Uruguay, I have family in Venezuela, in Mexico, and in other places that are happy about what I'm doing and that they follow along with my success and the stuff that I'm doing, but they have no fucking clue what my movies are about. So I want to, you know what I'm saying? And I want to make something for them. I want to make something for that audience.
So are you bilingual, and can you write in English as well as Spanish?
I mean, whenever we would live in South America, they would speak to me only in English, because they knew I would be speaking Spanish everywhere else, and then when we were here, they would speak to me only in Spanish. So I could kind of keep both of them. So I'm lucky to that I think in both languages whenever I do get creative. So.
Yeah. How about you, Sophia?
Oh, I'm also bilingual.
Oh, okay. Great.
What was the question?
Yeah, if you were bilingual also.
Oh, okay. No.
Because you mentioned you were raised in TJ, right?
Yeah, in TJ. So I speak the Tijuanense Spanish. Very bueno, mames, all that. His Spanish is a little fancier, I like to say. I like how it sounds. Like the Colombian,
chévere.
Yeah.
Oh, that term.
Yo parcero. It's got to sing. So, and then the Uruguayan is a little rough, so it depends on, both sides of my family. Uruguayo, Pocho.
Have you guys ever shot in TJ, and what's the difference between shooting up here and down there?
I've never shot in TJ. All my films have been in San Diego, but I mean, I guess you just have to grease some palms instead of using a permit. I guess that's the only difference. It's different,
Yeah,
you gotta know a guy.
Yeah.
It's always got to be
a couple of bills in your pocket just in case.
I
would imagine there's less prohibitions down there.
Yeah, I'd love to one day have a budget and be able to go shoot at the the big studio and down in Baja and stuff like that, and do things like that. I think that for the Spanish project that's coming up, there's a good chance that we might have to do something like that as well. And like I said, expanding, increasing my production value, and just getting more of these projects out there in front of people. That's kind of the goal, and doing something in Spanish, and that way. To circle around what I said yesterday about the festival is I think we got into the festival because I'm a Latino and we made a film, but I didn't feel like it was a real Latin film. So hopefully the next time that Ethan and their crew invites me to be part of the festival, I think I'd want it to be a more traditionally Latin film, maybe even something in Spanish, or something like that kind of shows a little bit more of the culture. I'm more of an Americanized filmmaker that happens to be Spanish than like a Spanish filmmaker, really, if you wanted to compare my style, really.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. So you're getting really deep into the culture of...
Right, I think that the films that I've made more are more like American sort of style comedy, more in the Kevin Smith, kind of area. But I think I want to explore more, more personal subjects too. That's another thing I want to do is just, I've been kind of more superficially just trying to make people laugh and staying in that lane. I'm trying to, we have a horror film out, we have some other stuff out, so we want to.
Oh, cool. So it's not all comedy.
It's not all comedy, but everything that we do ends up being funny to a certain degree.
I like comedy. I mean,
yeah.
I really don't want to get all serious in my films.
Right.
Like, I prefer, to be somewhat serious, but in a comedic way.
Yeah.
I don't know. What advice do you have for aspiring filmmakers out there who might be watching?
The main thing is that don't waste a day. There's going to be things at this level of filmmaking where you're a director, writer, you're a producer, you're the financier that are going to stop that would make you say, all right, fuck it, we're not doing anything today. But I think that it's important to work, and it's important to not let the things happen. A biggest part of being a successful filmmaker for myself is adapting to what the situation is. So I always have extra actors because I know that actors and actresses are flaky. The camera guy doesn't show up. Yeah, shit. Shoot it on your cell phone. Most cell phones are 4K these days.
Yeah.
There's
you
no
can buy little gimbals for your cell phone.
Yeah, there's we have to use on-camera sound. Well, then we're gonna do a lot of close-ups and we're gonna do this. There's always something that's gonna happen. How you deal with that, you don't get to pout and moan and just have a shitty day. You get 2 minutes. She's seen me on set. It's like we're shooting something. Where's this actress? Where's this actor? I get a call. Oh, my car broke. Shit. All right. I got 2 minutes to be angry and just get it out of my system, and then it's like, all right, what's the solution? How can we make something out of this? And it might. I think that's the main thing. Don't prepare, but realize that you can't prepare for everything, and just try your best to make something out of that day.
Great advice. Great advice. Now let's hear from Sofia. No, I had a question for you. What do you foresee for yourself in the future of acting? Are you going to move to LA or?
Yeah. So right now I am living in the OC,
Mm-hmm.
LA adjacent. But yeah, right now it's not that interesting. I'm still in university, so I'm studying, and that's #1 priority before acting.
Sure.
As soon as I finish that, I do want to just dive in head first and go really just audition to audition to audition. That's my goal, to eventually get to that point and hopefully book some good roles.
Oh, you came all the way down from the OC? Oh,
yeah,
awesome. Thank you.
I
feel so honored.
I know, right? But yeah, that's the plan, and then of course making it big would be cool. Getting some really cool roles. My big, I guess, goal is I've always liked the actors that somehow get their hands on a really meaty part that they can play for a prolonged amount of time. So your Friends type of people, your How I Met Your Mother's type of people. Just if you get your, so I think that would be a really cool goal. Just if I can get my hands on a role that I can,
Series regular.
Series regular, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
that would be
that's
awesome.
an iconic character that you're playing.
Yeah, so that would be cool. That'd be the dream. But yeah. For now, just going to audition.
Mm-hmm. Well, what are you studying in college?
Psychology.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably good for acting.
It actually, surprisingly it is. We were talking about this, me and Shelly Rowe, because I was we met during Slapworthy when I was barely choosing a major and stuff like that. And I told her that I was thinking psychology. She studied psychology as well. And yeah, so it was one of those things where surprisingly it helps a lot to understand the psyche of the character that you're playing. And you have to become the character. So there's definitely a benefit in being able to psychoanalyze the characters, I guess.
Yeah, that's what my acting teacher said you should do.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's your job, essentially.
Did you take acting classes also?
I did. I took Summit City. I was very involved with the theater portion on that. Yeah, so I started off in theater. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so when it comes to
what do you think the difference is between theater and film acting?
Oof. Man, it's so different. And I learned that the hard way because I kind of got thrown into the whole film stuff. I was used to theater. I was used to, stage left, stage right.
That's what I've heard. There's so much space in the theater, and you're talking to somebody.
And
way
also
out there.
angles is so important because the audience can see. Anyways, it's just the technical aspects of both things are so different. and then going from like being very aware of your full body and like the angle to where the audience is and like everything to filmmaking, which is just one camera, one angle. I could be like, you know, if they're doing a certain angle, like I don't have to worry about what my body's doing. I don't have to worry about what this doing. But like, and then also hitting your marks. That was a huge like, man, because yeah, when you're just, I don't know how to explain it, dude. It's just, it's so different. But yeah, I like both of it. I think that, I don't know which one would be harder. I think now I'm starting to get more used to filmmaking that I'm finding theater harder.
I would think theater would be harder because
Yeah.
there's no retakes really.
But also that's the
you
benefit.
can't be like, oh, give me my line.
Theater is rehearse,
It's
do it
rehearse,
live.
and then kill it or you don't kill it. But it's I feel like that's also just like the adrenaline that you get from it, because you're either gonna do well or you're not, and then you're done with it, and you're more in the moment. Whereas with film, you're overthinking. You're like, how am I gonna deliver this line? How am I gonna say this? And then you take and retake and retake, and yeah. So I think I like the retake part, but then there's just an adrenaline that you get from being on stage that.
I think there's something to like overthinking your lines when you're an actor in a movie.
Yeah, so much.
How do you deal with that with you know, an actor who's not really getting their lines, Luis, or you know, like maybe they've rehearsed it too much that it's not fresh?
Yeah, don't give my actors pot before a scene.
Oh my god! I learned that the hard way.
Is there an anecdote behind
I
that?
was slating that day. It was.
Oh yeah, well,
no names movie stuff.
You know, well, you know, legalize it, all that good stuff. It's California.
Did they forget their lines or
No,
something, or just?
Yeah.
Maybe because my tolerance is. I mean, I can work. And you know,
you're functional.
I'm functional. You know, everybody knows this. But we had an actor and one of my productions assistant, and I was like, okay, we're taking a break. And then he handed this to his actress, and I was like, all right, she's professional. I'm sure she can handle it or whatever. And she was just gone for the next hour and a half. Like we were feeding her like we weren't feeding her line by line. We were feeding her like
not those kinds of lines.
We were feeding her like we were feeding her word by word at some point. You know, so that made the scene interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I do is if it's a two-person scene and you are the better actor overall, and I sense some nervousness in her, then I am going to shoot it in a way where we're doing your lines first on camera so that she can stay on script and just say them over and over when she's not looking directly at the camera. So if it's an over-the-shoulder shot, like she said, where we don't see her face, she can be, you know, she can read it directly from the screen. That'll allow me to get clear audio of her lines being delivered exactly as I want, while I trust that you're going to deliver them on camera better because I think you're a better actor. Hopefully by the time we turn around and she has to let go of the script, she'll feel, or he will feel more confident. You know, always shoot the best actor first, person that's going to nail it, you know, and then turn around and then that way, if you need to cut away from bad performance or from somebody that's looking at their script, you can cut to that audio of them saying their lines correctly. So yeah, but honestly, just try to cast the right people. That's the biggest thing, you know.
Do you feel like you need to rehearse a whole lot, or is there a point where you rehearse too much? Even with great actors, you know, do you want them to be fresh and just like?
I respect actors that make choices, especially in auditions. So, you know, like we had one of the other actors that I love working with, Kayla Miles. He auditioned for Slapworthy, but I was almost 100% sure that it was going to be Dominic to play the part. But he showed up and he had the character had a lisp, and he had like this mannerisms and like a pocket watch, and he had made all these choices for the character, and I respect the hell out of that. To the point where I was like, I'm figuring out a way to put you in the movie. So I think that I don't think an actor can be too prepared. I prefer for them to go all the way there and then let me pull them back a little bit. You know, that's how I like to operate. Usually I let people they've made choices and they've made decisions on how they're going to deliver lines or what they're thinking about when they deliver certain lines, and it doesn't piss me off when I see it, and I'll let them do it. But the minute they do something and then I start, oh no, I don't, then I'll let them know and I'll pull them back. Yeah. You know, so yeah, you just have to kind of every actor, and from my background in coach, because after I dropped out of film school, I went into coaching and sales and customer service and managing people. And it was my job to learn people's personalities and different kind of personalities and know how to approach people. So a lot of directing is figuring out how that person, what story you need to tell them, what consensus you need to build to get them on that right lane. So sometimes you just have to be, it's as simple as saying, you know, water is wet, right? Yeah. And, you know, and you don't have any socks on and you're standing in a puddle. You know, just have to kind of paint a picture of what's going on in their life and kind of, so that you get the best performance out of them.
Very good advice. Did we have another clip to play?
We have, I think we have an opening that I did for Insecurity still. And then I figured if you wanted to play the Thirst, you could play that like at the end if you wanted to. That's a
Sure.
that's a little 5 minute though.
Let's see.
But if you want to play the Insecurity opening, the show intro.
Show intro? Okay, let's play another clip from Insecurity right now.
58-501's blinking, frame 2.
Dude, that was cool.
Yeah.
I love the music.
Thank you. The music came first, then the idea came to make something.
It reminds me of like Starsky and Hutch or something.
Yeah. Or the Sabotage, the Beastie Boys video, something like that. That's kind of what we were looking for. Something just kind of cool and playful. Which goes, if you saw the episode, what did you think?
What did I think of the episode?
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I was cracking up all the time, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's well shot. It's kind of a throwback to like the old school classic sitcoms, you know, and you can.
It did kind of have that feeling, yeah. You know, just kind of that 70s cheesy kind of thing.
You know.
Not to say that it was cheesy, but it did have that thing, yeah.
There's cheesiness and then there's cheesiness. You know, there's different levels that you go for.
It wasn't a bad cheese.
Yeah, it was good cheese. You know, like a nice Gouda.
And what's this other clip?
What else do we have on there?
The last one, The Thirst.
Yeah, but that's 5 minutes long, so I don't know if you wanted to play that right now or just play it afterwards.
Yeah, let's play it now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll come back and...
The Thirst is...
Yeah, you can set it up.
The Thirst is, when I was writing Slapworthy, there was these two little social media moments where I wanted to kind of show how people go on social media and the dating thing and whatnot. But it was only like a page here and there. My writing partner, Brian, when I showed him the script, he kind of pointed out, it looks like you're trying to say something here like a commentary, but you're kind of muting yourself, so expand on that. That was one of the things that expanded, that each of those little segments became like 5-6 pages of just little jokes and jokes and jokes. Mm-hmm. So this is a movie within a movie. It's a 5-minute version of that, and it's basically just the thirst. Anybody who's ever been on social media or seen guys jumping over each other to try to comment on a girl's picture or think that that's the way to get to her is by commenting first and liking her post first and just kind of being so overtly out there as like, oh my God, you're so great, you know.
Those guys, yeah.
It's a little. It's a look at that.
Yeah, it's guilty.
So this is all about that, and you can see some of the visuals that Ty did and some of the stuff that made kind of the movie unique.
All right, guys, let's check out another clip from him called The Thirst. Boom.
At the park. What else to do with my day? Hashtag let's grab lunch.
Looks good.
Izzy just posted a new selfie. Fresh fish on the line.
Oh, she looks good as hell. Okay. You can do this. You can do this. Just gotta say something clever.
Okay, you got this. You got this, man. All right, you just gotta. Okay, just think something cool to say. Hey there. Hey, no, that's too creepy. Hey, girl. Why don't we go and grab some coffee? Yeah.
Hey girl, I was just in the studio remixing my new single. It's about to drop. I don't know about to be done though. Let me pick you up. I'll take you shopping. Versace.
Let's go grab some sushi. My treat.
Fuck! Now I can't put the same message because 50 guys already commented. Shit! This was your chance, dude! She was at the park, down the street. You could have swooped in and knee deep in us. Shit! Send it! Shit!
Damn, baby girl. That is a hot pick. Bruh, look at all these thirsty ass motherfuckers. Already liking it and commenting and shit. Thirst is real, yo. Damn, she's staring at me? I can actually feel the daggers in the back of my neck. Alright, maybe I'll just like it real quick. Yeah, son. I'm slick like that.
Hey, Z. You know, the benzo's fully gassed and ready to go. Cutie. I'm wrapping up a business meeting, and I'll be on my way in 5 to scoop you.
Wait, is it down the street? This is the street. This is the street that Izzy! Izzy, I'm here to pick you up. I'm your guy. God damn it, Izzy. Fucking someone already commented on it. God. Oh no, please go ahead. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Okay, can I send like another comment in return? Like to be like, hey, maybe another time, or maybe she doesn't like coffee. Maybe she's like one of those caffeine. Fuck. You blew it.
No. What the fuck are you doing liking that girl's picture? You think I don't know what the fuck you do?
What you talking about? I would just...
You know you done fucked up, right?
I didn't...
Don't you know that I get a notification every time you post or comment on something?
I didn't know I married a stalking ass bitch. No, see what happened was this actually is a friend.
Why? Am I not good enough for you? You know what? Unlike that picture and unfriend that bitch right now. And we're gonna go through your entire friends list and erase every bitch on there that I don't fucking like. And I don't care if it's your sister or your best friend from kindergarten. Those bitches about to be fucking gone. Oh, and Instagram too.
All right, man. That's really funny, dude.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Is that something that you're also releasing, or has it already been released? Sorry about that.
That's all right.
A little feedback going on.
Get that endless loop going. This played at the San Diego Film Week this year.
Welcome back, Sophia.
Oh, thank you. What did I miss?
And it also played at the City Beat 5-minute. This is a 5-minute version of that film. For the City Beat 5-minute film festival, and people liked it there. And it's on our YouTube channel, so it's something that's out there already.
So there's a longer cut.
There's a longer cut, but not by much. And then there's also a female version.
Oh, really?
yeah.
So where
Equality.
there's equality,
We're all about
it's all equality. So we did the same exact thing, but with the girls, the thirsty girls.
The thirsty girls
The thirsty
commenting on
girls.
guys'
Girls
stuff.
can be
Yeah,
thirsty
yeah.
too.
I've yet to have a girl like comment how hot I am.
Oh, they're out there.
Where are you?
They're out there. They're out there.
Yeah, I need to post hotter pics.
Yeah, I mean,
not a hot
you need to throw the ab pics out there.
Oh yeah.
that
I'm
one.
working on
Have
that.
to work out.
One beer at a time.
One beer at a
One beer at a
time.
time.
But
Favorite talk show ever.
these are they're two little films inside of Slapworthy that as I was making them, I was like, yeah, I already know that these are going to be two little videos that we put out there.
Yeah, that's cool, and I like the way you did the graphics on there.
I didn't do the graphics.
Ty
Mabry did the graphics.
Ty Mabry.
He's you can look him up or look up Bang Zoom Pow, his studio, but he really when I started working with him at Slapworthy, I showed him one of the early versions of the script, and he liked it, and he was new to the film scene, and he kind of he helped us take a very important step up in production value and in visuals, as you can see. This film without him wouldn't have had all those bells and whistles, and that's why it took so long to get to in post-production, and that's why I didn't rush it, because he was doing this for us to help us out, because he wanted us to do the best possible job.
How long did this film take to shoot?
It was about 12 to 15 either full days or half days over the course of like 8 to 10 months, and then post-production took about a year and a half.
Were you doing this at the same time as Slapworthy?
Well, no, this is part of Slapworthy.
Oh, it's
It's in
that's what you
Slapworthy.
what you meant. It's a film within a film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Slapworthy is 57 minutes long,
Sorry, I was a little
and
confused.
there's
Okay.
about 14 minutes that are two thirst sequences that are like part of the way. So you can see the character that Sofia plays, Rosa, is there, and that kind of. So we had all these extra actors, right? That audition, like Beth, Malcolm, Kiala. Really great actors, as you can see, Taylor Barnes, all these people that were in those clips. And as we did the audition process, I wrote it and with these people in mind, because they weren't necessarily the look that I needed for the parts that we were doing, but I wanted them in the film.
Oh, so that's a good way to put him in there.
Yeah. So that's why the cast isn't just. That's why the cast is like 35 people, because there's so many people.
And
in
ultimately, how you got his diversity in film.
Yeah. Well, part of it, because.
Makes sense.
But yeah, they're film within a film.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, dude, where can people find out more about you and your films, and are they online yet? Or?
Yeah, the easiest way that you guys can follow us is just search for 2 AM Burrito on Facebook, 2 AM Burrito on YouTube. I think it's youtube.com/2AM Burrito and facebook.com/2AM Burrito. From there, you can link up to all the stuff that we have. You can see all our shows, all the stuff that we already have online. We need a lot of we need more subscribers on our YouTube channel, and more likes on Facebook and stuff like that.
And we'll post these links in the Facebook feed for you.
And the next step is we'll have I'll be putting a Patreon up pretty soon. So that people that want to continue to contribute to the projects that we're doing is there, because obviously increasing production value and maintaining good quality products and putting stuff out there that's not just derivative and shitty is tough, and it costs a lot of money, and it costs money to get into film festivals, as you know, and to kind of do that. So every little bit helps.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much for being on the show, guys. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Thanks for the beers.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody again, this was Luis and Sofia on Streaming Sundays.
Thanks for interviewing us for the festival too.
My pleasure. Yeah. Guys, we're gonna queue up last week's interview with actress Lisa Winans while we wait for Molly Lavitt to join us at 2 o'clock with Dr. Gunnar Nyquist, who's going to talk about artificial intelligence. So stay tuned for that.
AI, the movie or the actual?
The actual thing.
Okay, good.
Actual artificial intelligence. Yeah. All right, we'll see you at 2 o'clock.